Welcome to a presentation on digital transformation within the dealer automotive finance space. Once upon a time, there was a new car franchise dealer selling vehicles for brand X. That dealer principal had a traditional organizational structure bifurcated between sales and parts and service, with your traditional new car managers, used car managers, financial insurance, etc., facilitated by the high pressure sales associates that we all have in our minds when we think about the traditional process. Said dealer profited through three main sources or groups. First is the new car department, which accounts for 26% of profits. Second is the used car department, which is around 40%. And finally, the parts and service, which was approximately 34% of total profits. Every day, the original equipment manufacturer OEMs such as Toyota, GM, or Ford would deliver or wholesale cars to the dealer, whether they be standalone or a group. In turn, the dealer would, through a high pressure process, negotiate the sale of cars to clients. If the clients didn't have cash, the dealer would then arrange financing through providers indirectly and shop those applications of consumers to multiple lenders through their dealer management system. This terrible process takes on average 5 hours and is again a high pressure process, but also represented a profit center for the dealers. Until one day, along came a firm named Tesla. By context, comparing 2020 sales and market cap, the traditional players such as Toyota, GM, and Ford would sell on an annual basis more than 2 million cars and have a market cap somewhere between 55 and 251 billion. However, Tesla disrupted that model. Even though they sold a far fewer amount of cars in 2020 with only 292,000 sales, their market cap was more than the three largest players combined. So what was Tesla's advantage? They had several disruptive advantages, including a better experience without the traditional high pressure dealer process, direct manufacturer and client relationships so they could better respond to client needs, and finally, fresher technology such as electrified powertrains, autopilot, meaning the ability to have level 2 and 3 autonomous driving cars, and cars that were connected to the internet and other Wi-Fi. Because of that, three brand X stakeholders came together. First, there was the motor company, which committed to enhancing the vehicle lineup, such as transitioning from combustion engines to electrified powertrains, adding semi-autonomous driving aids, and developing in-car payment solutions. Second, the brand X dealers committed to future-proofing their dealerships by upgrading the facilities, eliminating the hard sell processes, and really shifting the business model. Finally, the Brand X Captive Finance Company, a wholly owned subsidiary of the Brand X Motor Company, adopted the fintech processes and structure and technology, including flexible financing options and the supporting apps or technology to support that process. Because of that, the stakeholders piloted a client-centric model that addressed an Uber-like on-demand experience, provided transaction transparency, as well as optionality or the ability to swap in and out of cars. To facilitate that, they also redesigned communication at all levels, including the use of digital versus traditional marketing, data-driven tracking and monitoring, and then consistent stakeholder communication up and down the value chain. Until finally, they got to a point where they really had to transform the organization. For example, the motor company replaced the tier one ad managers, really focused on things such as Super Bowl advertising, to address social media through a management team that was more in tune with local clients and their markets. At a dealer level, they replaced the sales associates with more of a concierge. So instead of a high pressure process, really having the mentality to service customers based on their needs and their timing. And finally, from the finance company, the credit analysts were really replaced with data scientists who could help mine the data to provide a more streamlined, effective, and efficient process. Ultimately, to facilitate continuous improvement, a steering committee formed of the OEM, the dealer, and the captive was formed, and they leveraged the dealer council to report out to make sure that the progress of this initiative met the needs of all three stakeholders. The report out included quantitative and qualitative data, and consumers were also managed via social media to make sure that the everything done was in line with the needs of the market. And to the right, you'll see just a simple marketing plan that would show and track the markets open, the rooftops, the number of downloads on applications, the average duration, the return financially, etc. That sums up this initiative, and we hope again to replace the traditional high pressure sales process with a program that really meets the needs of our clients and benefits our OEM dealers and captive counterparts. Thank you.